This is a real file Claude generated for me this morning. And this is every single byte inside it, laid out on the table. The headlines this week say Claude now watermarks everything it makes. So the watermark should be right here. It isn't. There is nothing in this file. And that is the real story. Because the watermark is coming, it has a date, and when it arrives, you won't get a pop up. In the next 10 minutes, you'll see what's actually marked today. The exact date everything flips. What the mark records about you. Because I'm going to open one and read it out loud. And the rules that keep your own writing, your words, from being flagged as machine made. Everything on screen is a real test from my machine, not a press release. First, what actually happened. On August 11th, Anthropic confirmed it will embed machine readable watermarks into text its models generate. Europe's AI transparency rules kicked in on August 2nd, and instead of fencing it to Europe, Anthropic switched it on for the whole world. The app, the API, Claude Code, Cowork, Tag, even Claude running inside Amazon, Google, and Microsoft clouds. And there is no setting to turn it off. Not for you, not for anyone. So I ran the obvious test nobody covering this story bothered to run. I asked Claude for a fresh image file and downloaded it. A PNG has a structure named blocks of data you can walk through one by one. This file has exactly 3: header, pixels, end. No credentials block, no signature, no metadata at all. I searched the raw bytes for the word Anthropic. 0 matches. The SVG version, same thing, pure drawing instructions. As I record this, the files Claude hands you are blank. Here's the catch, hiding in Anthropic's own fine print. The marking applies to models launched on or after August 2nd. Now, look at the launch dates of every model you're actually using. Fable 5, June 9th. Sonnet 5, June 30th. Opus 5, July 24th. Every single one shipped before the line. The new rules were born 2 days too late to touch them. But Anthropic committed to retrofitting the older models, and the deadline for that is December 2nd. So somewhere between today and December 2nd, the ink flips on, model by model, silently. Want to know exactly what lands in your files when it does? We don't have to guess. Anthropic is using an open industry standard called Content Credentials, C2PA, and OpenAI already ships it on every image today. So I opened one. 25,000 bytes of signed metadata sitting at byte 33, and it reads like a passport, the tool that made it, name and version. The source type, and this is the exact phrase, trained algorithmic media, machine made, a timestamp, cryptographically signed, and a certificate chain vouching for the whole thing, the same technology that verifies bank websites. Now here's what I did not find, and honestly, this is the part everyone gets wrong. I searched that manifest for an email address. Absent. Account name? Absent. The prompt I typed? Absent. Any user identifier at all? Absent. The seal names the tool. It does not name you. This is not a tracking device, it's a species label. It says a machine was here. It does not say which human asked. One more thing in that manifest almost nobody has reported. A field called watermarked unbound. Translation: the pixels themselves carry a second invisible watermark, woven into the image, separate from the metadata. Rip the metadata off and the picture still whispers what it is. Remember that. It matters in a minute. That's actual bytes, not a hot take. If this clarity is worth something, subscribe. And if it keeps earning it, become a member. Now text is where this gets clever because you can't attach metadata to a paragraph. Your first guess is hidden characters, invisible Unicode tucked between the letters. I checked that too. Every byte on the table. Nothing hidden. The watermark works differently. Language is full of choices that mean the same thing. Start versus begin. Also versus to. A model makes thousands of those picks in every answer, and the watermark is a statistical pattern woven through the picks themselves. The signature is not hidden in the text. The signature is the text. Which brings us to the question that decides everything. What survives and what wipes? I tested the file side myself. One resave, opening the image and exporting it again, and the entire cryptographic seal was gone. That fragile. For text, it inverts. Copy and paste carries the pattern anywhere. Fonts and formatting. Don't touch it. And Anthropic says it can survive light editing. What erases it is you. A deep rewrite in your own voice, a translation, folding it into your own draft. And a sentence or two is simply too short. Below the floor, where any detector can read a signal. Now the trap, and this is the one that will burn real people. The mark proves processing, not authorship. Anthropic's own wording is that marked content may have been processed by Claude. So picture this. You write an essay, every word yours, and you ask Claude to fix the commas. The version that comes back can carry the mark. Your original thinking, flagged as machine made, because a machine touched the punctuation. And it cuts the other way too. No mark proves nothing. Today's models don't sign at all, and you just watched a seal die in one receive. So clean is not the same as human, and marked is not the same as fake. So here's the system I'd actually run 5 rules and 1 calendar date. Rule 1. Date your assumptions. Today, Claude's output is unmarked. After December 2nd, treat everything a Claude model writes, polishes, or translates as signed. Rule 2. Light edits keep the mark. Trimming hedges and fixing typos is not a disguise. Rule 3. Your voice erases it, and that's not a loophole, that's the point. If you rewrote it deeply enough to wipe the signal, the words genuinely became yours. Rule 4. A mark is never a verdict. If you're a teacher, a manager, an editor, you now know more than the detector does. Never punish on a mark alone, and never trust a clean scan as proof of human either. Rule 5. Act like detection is already here. Anthropic says checking tools for users and third parties are coming. The window where nobody could tell is closing while you watch. And the practical move this week. Decide your disclosure line before December makes the decision for you. If you ship words to clients, to students, to an audience, pick the sentence now. Drafted with AI, edited and verified by me. Boring, honest, bulletproof. And if anyone tries to sell you a watermark remover, keep your money. You've seen how this works. The pattern is the words. The only real remover is your own rewrite. I've put the whole thing on one page. The survives or wipe table, the 5 rules, the December 2nd timeline, and the disclosure lines, ready to steal. Comment the word marked, and I'll send it to you. The step-by-step beginner playbooks, Claude Code, Codex, Cowork, and the Architect exam prep are linked below. And the shorter cuts of stories like this land on Instagram and Facebook first. December 2nd. That's the day the invisible ink era actually starts. And there will be no announcement, no pop-up, no banner. Just files that quietly begin to remember where they came from. Most people will find out from a detector after it matters. You watched the bytes before the ink arrived. You know exactly what it will say and exactly what it won't. From here on, what's written between your lines is your decision.